What's going on, guys? Hey, it's Anthony with the Wrench Talk Garage. Thank you for tuning in. Today we're going to just do a brief garage tech. Yes, it pertains to the Silverado, but more importantly, it probably pertains to a project that you have going on, and that is wiring. So I have a mess of wiring on the ground here today, and I just want to talk real briefly about it because we all at some point run into this issue or something similar. This wiring goes to my rigid industry lights. These guys right here, these are gonna go on the nudge bar on the Silverado. I've got floodlights and I've got the driving lights. These are gonna go toward the center. These are gonna go on the outside perimeter. Here's what the switches look like that I'm gonna run to this. I was gonna tie it into the main, but I don't really want to, because that means it's either all or nothing. I prefer to have the ability to turn just these on, just those on, and then the overhead lights. So that's what I'm gonna do. But before I can do any of that, I have to get this wiring straightened out. So the wiring that you see here is 2 rigid industry kits. As you can see, right here, this end, where you see these 2 long wires running, that is the plug-in, where you've got the rigid industries, which does have the nice plugs. Over here, they go to the relays, and then from the relays, you'll see 2 different things. This is the power and negative, which is gonna be rewired, and then this goes into the switches inside the truck. Now, the reason it looks like this right now is because this kit I used in numerous trucks. Now, the point of this video is I'm not gonna do an install of any kind in this. I was getting ready to clean this up, and that was the point of this video. So if you guys have wiring kits, or some of you are gonna just be like, hey, buy a new wiring. I'm not gonna buy new wiring. This wiring kit's fine, just needs a little bit of time. I'm gonna go through it all, take off all the electrical tape, kind of line everything out here on the garage floor, which I suggest you doing. I've done it numerous times this way. It works really well because you know where you want stuff. I know the layout of the Chevy, so I know where and how I'm gonna wire things. So if you need to add wire, remove wire, if you need to put loom on it, whatever it is, just do it right here and then install it in the truck. That's what I'm gonna do, and I suggest that to you. You can use the same method if you're going to wire in a subwoofer, if you're gonna wire in an amplifier, if you're gonna wire in any kind of lights or anything into your truck. So take your time, do that. I'm paying for it right now because I screwed up and I just kind of half-assed it. And so that's what I'm gonna do. So let me jump into this. I'm not gonna show any of it. I may show what it looks like afterward. In fact, I will. I'll show you guys what it looks like when I'm done. And you tell me if it looks different or if it looks better. Now, again, I'm gonna run 2 different switches. One is for my flood lamps. The other is for those D2 driving lights. They're going on the nudge bar. So the flood lamps on the outside, then you got the driving lights on the inside. I like that pattern. I've ran it on my old, my 2014 Z71 Chevy I had on a N-Fab light bar. I like this setup. Especially because of the weather conditions here in Alaska, where sometimes I just wanted the floodlights, sometimes I wanted the D2s, sometimes I'll run them both, whatever it may be, I'll be in control. Let's dive into this. So the next time you see this, hopefully it'll be cleaned up. Let's go. All right, guys, so let me show you what I did. Actually, first, let me show you the pile of crap that I took off of it. Yeah, that was all from that wiring, and I get it. You should have did this, you should have did that. That's neither here nor there. Let me show you what I've got going on right now. It isn't done actually, because I'm going to rewire some of the wiring I did for the sports bar lights, because let me show you that, and then this will make more sense. So I've got a wire running across to power. I've got a wire running down to the body negative, and then, you know, obviously I've got other wiring going on in here, and then I'm gonna have to punch back through the good old grommet, but this will make more sense when I show you. So if we look at this now, we've got the relays. I had to tape them together so they wouldn't move around when I was doing this. This is going to be the one wire that punches through. There's one switch, blue marked. Other switch is not marked. I'll just tape it with black tape. So that's going to go through the firewall. Plenty of wire there. And then this, instead of having 2 of these running, it's like an octopus. This is 1 wire to 4, and that's going to go to the lights. Plenty of room there. And then the power, the 2-to-1, gave it plenty of room. And to note, not only did I take this whole thing apart, go through it all, I also soldered a bunch of joints or a bunch of kind of crappy mending together that I had on here. So now this thing is completely solid. Obviously, it'll look a lot better once I get it on the truck. I also extended this guy right here, which is going to go down to the body ground, not on the battery, on the chassis. So that should tie everything together. It'll look a hell of a lot better because I'm going to run single wire looms for the power and the negative, and then the rest of this. It's a lot cleaner. I have plenty of wire, and I'm sure I'll have extra, which is the goal. If I want to trim it back, I can trim it back. But for the most part, what I think I'm going to do is mock it up. I've actually got to get more wire loom because I have some really big wire loom, which I don't need. And then I have this, and I'm going to be going from single wire loom that's on the truck with that current wiring to probably something like this. So I can run those power wires plus the power wires for the sports bar. That wire plus the negative from this and the negative from the sports bar as well. So it's just 1 wire loom instead of 2 or 3 or 4. I think it's cleaner that way. Not only is it cleaner, but I don't need it all. It can be all integrated together. So it just declutters everything. It should come out really nice. Like I said, I do still have to figure out where I want to put these. And that's to come here in the near future. That wraps this up, guys. I know I did a lot of talking about wiring. Maybe it wasn't exciting, maybe it was. I'll try to find those switches, some terminals, and maybe some electrical stuff. I'll drop it down below if you're looking at wiring up your lights or whatever it may be. Yeah, that's it. Thanks for tuning in, guys. And don't forget, hit subscribe if you guys haven't subscribed so you don't miss any of this stuff. This was just a garage talk. I will probably throw this on the Silverado, so if you're following the Silverado, I'll throw this on there as well, the playlist for that. But we do really appreciate you guys checking out the channel, stopping by, hanging out with me as I talk through this. This was important for me because it's one of those goofy things that's been sitting out, or maybe it's just I'm OCD and I wanted it done right. I don't know. That's it, guys. I will talk with you later. Thanks for tuning in. If you're out riding or driving, do it safely, and we'll see you in the next video.